Okay, everybody, welcome, welcome back to the channel. We are here on location at an undisclosed location. We're doing a pretty big landscape job. I haven't really spent the time to document much of it, but basically, we've got all sorts of stuff from decorative gravel to pavers, roof drains, and all that stuff. So, a yard hydrant, some other stuff. Basically, a couple 100,000 tons of gravel and decorative rock, 300 feet of roof drains, stuff like that. So, I'm struggling. It's so early. It's Sunday morning. So, I have a loss for words at this point. This gravel right here is called Apache Gold, and it's pretty pricey. These guys spared no expense on their gravel. This gravel here is a chunky stone bark, which is a petrified wood decorative rock that is about as much to buy as gold would be. So anyhow, it's got a. I'm gonna flip the camera around here so we can talk normal, and document this. So basically, we're up here on the mountain. They got a great big horseshoe driveway, concrete. So rather than taking the 20-ton loads in on their concrete driveway and breaking it apart, potentially, I've opted to drop it out here in the street and shuttle it in with my dump trailer. So this is pretty much a video response to Trucks and Tribulations, or Goatneck RC Crawler's video he just put out, dump trucking. I'm going to call this dump trailering, because that's been my life for the last, well, at this point it's 2 weeks. I had 80 tons of fill to go in to create a paver patio area, and I did it's not really a retaining wall, but it's great big boulders. Placed a bunch of boulders around the area for the retaining wall. This is not for the paver area. This is not the paver area. This is just what it looks like with this scattered basalt boulders. Anyhow, 80 tons of fill, and then another 80 tons of this Apache Gold, 18 tons of that stone bark. I'll have 2.5 tons of some small stone bark, and then I'll have another 50 tons of spec road base. And then, so that's a lot of numbers to put together, but it's pretty much somewhere around a couple 100 tons of gravel and aggregate. If you looked there to the north, that's not really a great zoom in there, but that's the valley. That's Harmony Valley, and I live about 1.5 miles north, 2 miles north. So pretty cool. I-15 is off on the right side, right over there. You can kind of maybe hear it in the background. There's a bit of wind this morning, but anyway, that's what we're doing. So scoop by scoop, I'm almost done with the Apache. Scoop by scoop in that dump trailer, about 6,000 pounds or 3 tons approximately a load. I shuttle it back there, and then in some cases I've got gravel in there now because I left last night unfinished at 6 o'clock. Anyway, what I was getting at is I basically shuttle it in one load at a time, and then place it with the Mini. So basically, I'm treating that trailer as a rock box or a gravel boat, load it up, take the Mini back in there, set up, pull the trailer back in there, and feed the decorative gravel where it needs to go. And then that's pretty much it. So I'll do a little, maybe a loading video here as I load this thing out so you guys can see what's going on. And then I'll do a little bit of a walk around so I can point out stuff. So anyway, let's see what happens. I did forget to mention I'm running the Kubota KO. Oh wait, no, it's a KX. Yeah, the KX 040. That and like 9,500 pound, not ton, 9,500 pound Mini with a 3-foot bucket there. And the bucket's got a butter knife on it, which is handy for placing gravel and cleaning up after myself. So that's pretty cool. I've just been out here nibbling on rock. I've got a 1-foot bucket back there that I used to dig some of the roof drain trenching, and it's easier to place boulders with a 1-foot bucket rather than a 3-foot bucket, so I use that to do a lot of that work. There's a retaining wall on the north side there that was existing, that wrapped around maybe 150 feet. I had to put the roof drains down, behind, under, and out beyond that wall, so I used that 1-foot bucket to dig all that. And then I added an additional 1 or 2 feet of height to that retaining wall. It was a little short, so but we got it handled. There are 3 roof drains that I had to poke under that retaining wall that basically were just daylighting on top and draining out and washing out that retaining wall. So the contractor that built that retaining wall did not do it properly. There's no drainage, there's no fabric, no geogrid or anything to hold that backfill soil material behind the retaining wall in place. So there were areas where it had totally washed through, and I, without deconstructing the whole wall and talking with the client, we were in agreement that I would just punch a hole through the bottom for those roof drains and then rebuild that little section as is. I don't usually like coming behind contractors and dealing with the work they've done, because a lot of times it's substandard in my opinion and experience, and I assume some liability there by doing that, but it is what it is. It would have been incredibly costly to deconstruct that wall and reconstruct it, so we were all on the same page. Anyhow, let's load this trailer, huh? Okay, you can kind of see here what we've got. Decorative gravel. The borders are left open for that stone bark. Big decorative boulder placement. I got my wheelbarrow there, my double-wheeled wheelbarrow, which I don't really care for the double wheel, but it does make things a little more stable when you're loading it with the Mini. So, but I got my premium weed barrier out. I'm going to finish that little block right there and then lay out that little section between those rocks, and then that'll be it. So around these rocks also gets the 1-inch stone bark accent, so it'll kind of all tie together in the end. It looks unfinished and kind of weird, but anyhow. you didn't notice, I'm wearing my short pants because there's a chance of rain today. Okay, I've got most of the Apache Gold finished. Well, all of the Apache Gold finished there. I got to do some border work with that chunky stone bark, but I'm dropping the remaining Apache Gold over here on the side, which was an overflow parking. So I'm going to hit this up button and drop this load here. So this will probably be the last of it anyway for this video, this response video. Coming back at you, trucks and tribulations. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Let's see how this goes.